Welcome to the correct DRS user tutorial, Stabilization. This tutorial is broken up into 3 sections. In Part 1, we took a look at a simple, real-world example of stabilization. In Part 2, we covered various parameters in detail, and in Part 3, we'll cover a more complex example of stabilizing a splice bump. You'll remember that there was a scene cut at frame 10 in this clip that displayed a more severe problem than the rest of the shot. We want to just fix this problem, so we'll mark a very small range of frames just at the scene cut to stabilize. I'll set my mark in at frame 10, which is the scene cut. Then I'll move a few frames forward into the part of the clip we already stabilized to place my mark out. This is important because we will use this frame as the anchor point, so it needs to already be stable. Now I'll move back to frame 10, my mark in, so I can set up tracking. Remember, you can only set tracking points on the mark in frame. Because this range is not only unstable, but rotated a little bit, I need to set 2 tracking points. This allows Correct to calculate the rotation as well as the horizontal and vertical instability. Now I'll track my points by pressing 1. This is one case where I'll choose to use Remove All mode. That's because this is a very small range of frames that really displays no camera motion. Now I'll set my anchor as last frame. This means that Correct will align all of the other frames to the frame that is set as the mark out. And finally, I need to tell Correct that there is a rotational problem that needs to be fixed, as well as horizontal and vertical. Then I can render with Shift-G. Let's review the results. Now the only problem remaining is that as we aligned the frames, the previous frame missing data fill produced slightly wacky results at the edges. Luckily, this is easily fixed with the Paint tool. Open the Paint tool with F4. I'll use frame 14 as my reference. You'll remember this was also our anchor frame, so I know it's a good one. I'll use Quick Align to make sure my 2 frames are perfectly lined up. Now I can just paint in the good pixels from frame 14.